Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? This is going to be today's topic. It is going to be for April the 4th. We shall see what we've gotten and stick around to the end. I will pull a couple cards for a birthday of April the 4th. All right, so we have got card number 27, and this is kind of our Venus flytrap or our femme fatale card. Okay, so on April the 4th, we could have somebody that is realizing that an individual is maybe all about themselves, maybe hungry to, use whatever wiles or ways. It doesn't have to be feminine either, but somebody's using their whatever their attractiveness is. And of course, the Venus flytraps, they make flies want to come and sit in them, right? And so whatever it is, the allure, this could be like somebody who's like a siren, someone who's like, they have that come hither vibe. And it doesn't have to be sensual, but someone, let's say they're a really good salesperson. Let's say they know how to use like a smoky allure to get people to want to give them whatever it is that they want. Recognizing when someone is behaving that way is a pretty good way to not get trapped by the Venus flytrap. Now, this could be someone is recognizing that another person operates that way. We have an Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, or it could be that someone is going, I can't stay away from her. I'm so drawn to her. She is my kryptonite. She is the one I think about all the time. She's the one I still want to return to. Even if deep down, I'm like, oh, I think she's no good for me. No, because we got the 10 of Cups. This is somebody who's like, why are you trying to stay away from your 10 of Cups and trying to say she's, you know what, she allures me. I should stay away from her. Why would you ever want to stay away from your 10 of Cups? I don't understand. Hang on, I just dropped this whole deck. And we've got cards that don't belong in that deck. Okay, we're going to set you off to the side and switch. But I will say a deck falling apart and then having the wrong cards in it, that to me, that speaks of a lot of confusion. So that would go along with what we're seeing here. Okay, so on the 4th, we have somebody saying she's a siren, but I still want to return to her because she's my 10 of Cups. Heaven help me. But then we have a 10 of Wands. Like, this is this huge burden. This is this huge, I can't help myself. She's my 10 of Cups, but I shouldn't want her. Why are you like guilty? Or are you guilty because you weren't already there beside her when, is that what happened? Is she your 10 of Cups and you know it, but instead you tried to pretend like she was just trying to trap you when in fact you've been in love with her? We've got an Ace of Swords sideways and we got the Queen of Pentacles upright. I think that we have someone realizing that they mischaracterized the love of their life. They tried to make it out like she was this person that was going to try to trap them. Maybe because they wanted her so much and they didn't realize until later on that trying to say that somebody's trying to capture you when in fact your heart wants them because you love them and they're your 10 of Cups and she's really, really giving and really loving and was never anything but straightforward, but you lied to yourself and couldn't see the truth of it. She wasn't trying to capture you. You were captivated by her because she was your 10 of Cups. And now you've done, for a long time, you've insisted that she was trying to capture you when all she ever did was try to give to you. Oh boy, I can see why you'd be embarrassed about that. 5 of Cups, and if you treated her like that, then you also hurt her because you intentionally tried to stay away because you decided she was. Let me just ask, how did you treat her? I mean, she's over here crying, so I'm thinking you didn't treat her so good. 3 of Wands sideways. They intentionally couldn't figure out what to do with her. I'm thinking maybe a lot of time passed and it was always like, at some point I'm going to figure out what to do with her. I'm going to, God, the Tower and the 7 of Cups. I feel like they were, this is such a crazy story. it's like we have possibly a divine masculine who was obsessed with this feminine. So much so that he decided to, again, mischaracterize her as someone to stay away from because she's, oh man, I'd be lost. She just wrapped me around her little finger. I'm sure that's what she's trying to do. I still really want her, but I don't know what to do about this because I don't have the control in this situation because I think I would fall for her. And I've decided she must be the kind of person that makes everybody fall for her. So I'm going to try to stay away from her. And they did so long that they ruined this connection. They literally became somebody who actually really hurt her. And I think they're realizing she was wonderful. She was absolutely wonderful. And now this is so heavy on them. How is it that you didn't see that with that Ace of Swords sideways? Why could you not see that she was a Queen of Pentacles upright? Seven of Swords. They were too busy running away, hiding from her, trying to escape her. No. I can't. She's too sexy. She's too amazing. She's too this. I'm sure that I'm thinking honestly that this person had intense jealousy toward her and couldn't acknowledge that. They were so convinced that everybody would want her and that she must trap everybody with her, amazing allure. You see all the moths going to the flame, and they were like, I'm not going to be captured by her. No way. But it's finally like dawning on them with great embarrassment and distress that they got it all wrong. They not only did they hurt her, who apparently was only giving, but they also, all they want is to go back to her. She's their 10 of Cups, but how do you go back to somebody that you decided intentionally to run away from because you insisted that she was a honey trap? Tell me about that 10 of Wands. What's the thing you most are struggling with, having weigh so heavily on you? The Strength card, that he should have been there for her. He should have been strong enough to stand beside her, to be so pleased that she loved him. He should have been there to protect her. He should have been there to be her partner. Yeah, I think so. If you love somebody, how come? I mean, do you understand why you did that though, character? Like, do you understand why you chose Nine of Swords? It was too scary. He wanted her so much that he was so stressed out that it was better to stay away from her because it caused him too much stress. What was it that caused you so much stress? Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Because what if she juggles me with somebody else? What if there's somebody else on her mind? It's like, because he wanted her so bad, even the mere thought of her being attracted to somebody else was like, oh my God, no, can't handle it. I'm already up all night stressing, thinking she could be with somebody else. She might juggle me with somebody else. What if there's somebody else on her mind? What if she talks to somebody else? Okay, so I'm going to say this was like extreme jealousy because there was extreme desire here. So he decided to run away from her instead. And now there's a lot of shame, a lot of guilt around the fact that he didn't just have the strength to like see that this is how lucky am I just met my 10 of Cups and she's really loving and giving. Instead, tell me about that 5 of Cups, because this is her getting her heart broken. Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. I'm wondering if he figured, oh, whatever, she would be fine without me. She'll forget me in a day anyway. Is that the other reason he's so ashamed? Because he did that to somebody who had been nothing but kind to him? Yeah, instead of being an emperor. He should have been an emperor. And an emperor wouldn't hurt somebody that they love. An emperor wouldn't be so convinced that it's almost like if she showed that she cried, he might have even thought, oh, whatever, it's not real tears anyway. There's a lot to be ashamed of in his behavior. Tell me about her as a Queen of Pentacles. Let me just see. How did you see her in the past? Because obviously, you saw her as this femme fatale. Action of Swords sideways, man. They raced in toward her, had no self-control, and then possibly, like, their judgment was so clouded. It was just, this was all like crazy amount of impulse. I don't think they had any good impulse control when it came to her. So I don't even know that their thoughts were clear when I'm saying, like, how did you see her before? And I just feel like their thoughts were just a jumbled mess. I mean, because even if this card were upright, we would see somebody who hadn't even reached the top of the mountain to get clarity. They were always in the fog. So they never understood her. They never got to know her. What has changed now on April 4th? I mean, maybe it's because, we're talking about like the 4/4 portal or something, but we have the moon, we have the 9 of Cups. Whatever has changed is like, finally, there's no more leaves. We can see very clearly. We can see the thing that's been hidden. And this was my happiness. This was my golden chance to have a person who loved me, a person who would have been there for me. She was my wish fulfillment. She was my happiness. She was my 10 of Cups. She was all of this. Why is it showing up now that we have the Lovers sideways? I mean, why does somebody ever like awaken? Why does someone's subconscious finally start kicking in? Maybe because they're no longer blocking what their ancestors or their guides have been trying to tell them, what's been there in front of them in plain sight all this time. Maybe they've gained a little bit of wisdom. This looks like this has aged them tremendously. This whole experience has aged them. It didn't age her. She looks terrific. But with this Lovers card sideways, and we see like the pheromones and we see this pull. Maybe this is because, it's like springtime and spring fever and there's like passion or something coming to the surface. So I guess if you're realizing all of this and you're really weighing this, or it's really weighing you down, the reality of how you treated somebody that actually you're now understanding was actually a really generous heart, and that you treated her badly. Like, what are you going to do about it at this point, right? If on the 4th you're realizing that your jealousy, your fears, your insecurities made you treat her poorly. We have a 5 of Swords in the reverse. This is, it's about trying to undo hurtful energy, painful energy, harsh energy. It's about trying to undo the pain that's been caused, trying to undo the silence. We have Queen of Pentacles upright again. So we have her twice upright as the focal point. This person may be about ready to try to talk to her. If they actually left her in silence on purpose, they may finally be ready to come forward and try to tell her, you were nothing but good to me. You were nothing but kind to me. You were nothing but wonderful. And I actually had really wanted you, which is why I ran from you, blocked you, tried to stay away from you, because I was so convinced you'd probably cheat on me and I couldn't handle it. So I was so stressed out. And I decided you were probably somebody who could get with anybody, and I couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the idea of that. Well, it's good for them to maybe own up to their behavior. We have the higher self. Yeah, they really can't avoid it. There is a change, a fundamental change happening in this person on the 4th. Maybe it is just because of it being 4/4. Maybe it is something about needing to be more balanced, needing to, it's like you can't run from this. It's whether or not they want to have to face it. That is what's going on. They know what they know now. Well, are you reaching out to her on the 4th then? It looks kind of like you are. 3 of Swords. Whew. I would say that they are going to try, mostly because they're the ones with tremendous heartbreak at this point. They're the ones feeling like, oh my God, what have I done? It's like all this time, they just kept telling themselves some negative story about her, about how she was just a siren and she was somebody who would break their heart. And now instead they realize they broke their own heart. All this time they could have been with their 10 of cups. All this time they could have had this happy life together, and they blew it. They blew this. Oh my God. Not good choices, right? I'm not going to ask like, well, then what's going to happen? Because really they kind of got to sit and stew in this. If they're going to try to reach out to convey their heartbreak, I don't really know how that's going to go down for her, if she's going to like hear it, understand it, or yeah, 2 of Wands, if anything, what happens next is not their choice. You know, if they're going to reach out and try to convey this to her, what she does, she's probably going to need time to sit, reflect, think about, chew on this. The 2 of Wands says she'll have a choice as to what she does with this information. And I don't picture her making a swift decision. You know, this could be something that reawakens thoughts in her mind about them. This could be, in fact, let's get one card for her just to say, how might she react when she hears from them? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is about passion. Passion can be anger, it can be love, it can be desire, it can be many things. But you notice that it's like she may have to do some art, or it's like an oil crayon or a pencil. She may have to write out her thoughts. She may have to deal with the flood of emotions, but she'll have to figure out what she wants to do. And it'll be just based off of what she wants to do. She's under no obligation. She doesn't feel an obligation. I don't have to respond to them if I don't want to. Let me figure out what I want to do. And I think she's just going to sit with that for a little bit. All right, I'm going to leave that there. And now I'm just going to pull a couple of cards for a character whose birthday might be on a 4/4. I thought it'd be nice to add that in every day and do a little birthday card pull. I did post a video for April the 2nd and 3rd in combo. And in that video, I did a little birthday pull for April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, because I know I was gone for those couple days because my lungs were bad. And so I didn't want to leave those birthdays out though. So that's how if you watch that video, you'll see those 3 dates at the end of the video. All right, we have the sun upright. Very nice. So for somebody whose birthday is 4/4, it could be a very sunny day. It could be that it's just the right time for something very joyful to happen. There could be a strong Leo coming in. This could represent like the next 6 months are going to have some really positive things that come up. We do have a 7 of Wands. It says protect one's happiness. Strongly protect one's happiness. Don't let other people in that are going to tear down joy and happiness, because we got a 4 of Wands and we got the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This says we have a character who doesn't have to wait for things to get really good in their life. They're right there at the door already. They don't have more work to do. They can simply receive the abundance. They can have a happy relationship with someone. This could be someone headed into marriage. This could be somebody finding the job that they really, really want. And it's like it's already theirs. They don't have to keep working hard and hoping, I hope that I'm good enough to keep this. It's like they've already earned it. They have a really lovely connection. Keep doing what they're doing and, reap the benefits, because it's not about like constantly wondering, is it good enough? When is the good stuff going to get started? Am I going to be able to keep this? It says, just enjoy it, because our character's already earned it. That's really beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.